defensive about it.
Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. First things first, guys, make sure you're smashing the like, subscribe if you're new around here, all of that good stuff. And as always, leave your thoughts in the comments below. As you can see in today's video, making his debut, I'd like to be joined by Don. Bro, thank you for coming. It's a pleasure as always. We're going to be looking ahead to the next run of games for Chelsea because, yes, we've started the season well and, you know, things are looking good for us. But it's also fair to say, as with Liverpool, we haven't really faced a proper test as of yet. Yes, we played City on the first game of the season, but you can't really read too much into that. The run after the international break is mad. Liverpool away, Panathinaikos away, Newcastle home, Newcastle away in the Cup, then Man United away, and then Arsenal at home. This is where we're going to really find out kind of what this team's made of, where we're at as a side, and sort of what we can potentially expect to achieve this season. But I mean, bro, heading into these games, obviously we're coming off some good form. Disappointing to drop points against Forest, but the performance was good. Right. Before we dig into the matches in a bit more detail, how are you feeling right now about Chelsea? I'm feeling pretty positive. There's not really much to be negative about at the moment.
100%, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I was one that was getting cooked. I was every stream that I was on, it felt like I was just fighting people, bruv. Yeah, because I'm telling them, yo, Maresca's a good coach. How can you say that this guy's a championship manager? I'm like, bro, I've done my research. I've watched a lot of their games back. I just don't see a world where he comes in with the players that we've got and isn't able to use them, right? Because I kept talking about Poch last year, not knowing how to use the team. That was a major, major red flag. If you remember, Poch spoke about still trying to work out the profile of the players 6 months into the job. Yeah, whereas Maresca, when everything came out by the interview and that, he done all, you know, he knew the youth team players, he done a lot of work, he spoke about how he's going to use certain players and that. So I'm looking at it thinking, yeah, we need a manager who plays possession style football because we've got a lot of technical players, right? And I want to minimize injuries because running about is injuring a lot of our players. But lo and behold, I know we've got a new medical team, but we have a new manager as well. We've got everyone fit right now apart from Reece James. And Reece James, we know what he is. It doesn't matter if you know all the gods come down together. You can't keep that guy fit. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just long. So right now, I'm not surprised that Maresca has been able to find a formula which is working. Because like I said, I enjoyed the football that I was watching from Leicester. And I thought he would actually take it up a notch and be a little bit more adaptable with the players that we've got. Because we've got a massive squad, you know. But to a lot of people, they're surprised by it. They're looking at it and thinking, raw, okay, let's give this guy, you know, a little bit of faith. Let's trust him a little bit more because clearly he knows what he's doing. A lot of the players, you've seen them improving individually now, which shows that we've got a good coach. If individuals starting to improve, that means the system is improving, right? You've got Cole looking a lot better. You know, you've got Sanchez. To be
also, just on that point as well, bro, you notice, right, when we make wholesale changes in cup games, to make 11 changes, right, you know it's a well-coached team because whoever goes in to that position and that role knows what they're doing and performs to a good level. That's how you know this is a well-coached team, because you make changes and it doesn't actually matter because the system's the same, the jobs are the same, and the players understand what's being asked of them.
Exactly that, bro. And if you go back, that's a good point that you make, because if you go back to the start of the Conference League against Servette, we were a mess, right? And people were losing their shit. And I'm like, bro,
away from home, we were shambolic in that second leg.
You know what it is? I'll charge that match to the fucking pitch, yeah, because that pitch was Hackney Marshalls.
It was poor.
Same time, it was poor. It was poor at the same time, innit? Two things can be right at once. That's what people struggle to comprehend. But it's not a system that you're going to understand overnight, right? But I'm seeing so far, like the past few games, especially the past 3-4 games, I would say, our counter pressing, Charlie's got a lot better. Yeah, we're winning the ball back a lot higher, right? I'm not really seeing us being run through the midfield anymore. And that shows me that the team is starting to understand where they need to be. You know, when Gusto's inverting, for example, he understands when he needs to go. He understands when he needs to stay. Enzo, I know we're gonna have a conversation about Enzo probably in this chat. Yeah, he's looking a little bit better off the ball, a little bit better, not as much as what I would like, but just a little bit better. You know, so it shows me that these lot are starting to understand what's needed. Because, like you've said, we make 11 changes, we still score 5 goals, we still score 4 goals. You know what I'm saying? You know, right now our attack is firing, bro. I just saw a stat. We've got the best conversion rate in the league. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, last year we kept missing a lot of chances last year, but this time we're bagging. You know what I'm saying? It seems like we're a little bit better in front of goal. You know, I know what
look, we're still missing a few chances, but because we're creating so many chances, we're still scoring like 3-4 goals. Obviously, I know against Forest it didn't quite happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen every week. But you know, I wasn't concerned by the Forest result. Disappointed, of course, when you drop points at home. You always want to win. But from what I saw, how we played and the chances that we created, I'm not worried about playing teams that might be a bit more defensive minded. Yes,
Yeah.
Forest was perhaps not a full low block, maybe a bit more of a mid block, but it's a team that does sit back a little bit and packs out the midfield, makes it difficult. But we created chances and we played well in that game. Not our best of the season, but we still played well. So I can take confidence from that, knowing that I don't worry about us playing that sort of team because I know we can create the chances. And on another day, we score maybe 2 or 3 goals in that match. But
100%.
But obviously, bro, the tough run's coming up as a reference at the top of the video. How are you feeling heading into this run? Because, look, it's tricky games. It's grounds that we don't have good records at in terms of Anfield and obviously Old Trafford as well. Arsenal at home, Newcastle as well. This is going to be a big test of the credentials. I mean, what are you expecting and kind of how are you feeling heading into this? Are you expecting kind of much of the same? Would you expect maybe a few tweaks here and there, particularly maybe, for example, when we go to Anfield after the break?
Yeah, bro, listen, Maresca's already showed us that he's quite adaptable. For example, like when we played Brighton, it was just get the ball into the midfield over the top. When we played West Ham, it was a little bit more controlled, a little bit more reserved. You know what I'm saying? Because we scored quite early in that game. But for me, the main thing, Charlie, is the mentality going forward, bro, because we've got the quality to beat all these teams. All these teams you're mentioning, bro, we've got the players to beat them.
Oh, 100%, right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's mentality and setup as well, because at Anfield, we need to win that midfield battle, right? Because their midfield right now is key for what they're trying to do. Like Gravenberch is on top form. He's been the best midfielder for me this year. You've got McAllister's been, McAllister's been good. Szoboszlai, I don't rate him like that, but off the ball he presses quite well, to be fair. And right now we've got a bit of an issue with Enzo with where he's playing. I don't like him in that role.
Particularly off the ball, yeah. I would say. Like, I don't think there's a problem with him on the ball. Yes, okay, some of his passing against Forest weren't great, but generally speaking, his quality on the ball, can't really be questioned.
Yeah,
but particularly as you mentioned at Anfield, though, like I'd say Enzo struggles a little bit off the ball in terms of his positioning off the ball, his discipline off the ball.
Yeah,
and particularly in a Maresca style system. Out of possession, your position out of possession and what you do out of possession is so important. And I'd say that's probably one of Enzo's biggest weaknesses is out of possession, his positioning off the ball, out of possession. At Anfield, you can't afford, if you go any ground, the one ground you cannot afford to be positionally poor off the ball is at Anfield.
100%, bro. You can't because they're just going to run through us and their attack's good, just like us. Yeah, if they get through our midfield, similar to us, if we get through their midfield, our attack is dangerous, because you've got Madueke up against Robertson or Tsimikas. I think he's good enough to run at those guys, those two.
Yeah, I agree.
Other side they've got obviously they've got Trent again. He's another one that you can get at as well.
He'll leave a lot of space in behind as well. This is what I think. If you can get Enzo on the ball deep, right, and you can drop them passes in behind the fullbacks, like Tsimikas, I don't think is a very good defender, and Robertson, and Trent's not great defensively either. They're going to bomb forward. There's going to be space in behind. We know Virgil and Canale are a top draw defensive partnership. We're going to have to exploit the wide areas, I feel, if we're going to have any joy, against Liverpool.
Now I think about it more because I don't see Enzo being dropped because right now he's our captain, yeah?
No, bro, he's going to play. He's going to play.
Yeah, he's going to play. Lavia is fit, but I can see Maresca probably playing a 4-2-3-1. I don't think we're going to invert anyone for this game because if we invert and then it's time to run back, you're going to give Salah all the space in the world. Like you're going to give whoever's on the left all the time in the world because usually we invert from the right with gusto, isn't it? Like Cucurella goes into like a
he kind of just switches it up each game, innit? Do you know what? They're just mad, right, bro? I actually think not inverting the fullback actually suits Enzo better because there's more space for him to get on the ball. Look, inverting the fullback definitely benefits Caicedo. It don't benefit Enzo as much. So when a fullback doesn't invert, I actually think it's better for Enzo because he gets more time, there's more space for him to get on the ball. He can have more touches and whatnot. But I mean, this is probably out of the ones that we look at. I know the record at Old Trafford's not good and that's coming up, but this is probably the biggest and the most important one because our away record at Anfield's not been great. I mean, to be fair, last season away from home in the big games, we weren't dreadful. I know we got hammered at Arsenal, we got hammered at Liverpool. Actually, I say that, it was crap, wasn't it? We got hammered at Arsenal, hammered at Liverpool.
Yeah, but there's context to that, Charlie, though.
There is context to it as well.
We had no Palmer. We had no Palmer at the Emirates. He changed Chalobah and
and then that one at United last season, by the way, when we lost 2, bro, that was probably our worst performance in years. It was so bad.
I remember that game. He played Cucurella right back, Levi Cole left back. He played Thiago Silva and Disasi. He played Palmer as like
bro, we were all over the place. But when you look at these games coming up, and I agree with you, right? I'm fully aware we're not going to win. Well, I said we're not. It's highly unlikely to win 4 from 4. What I want to see from these grounds and from these big teams that we're playing, particularly the Arsenals, the Man United. Look, forget about Man United being crap right now. Old Trafford's still hard to go to. We don't have a good record there. What I want to see us do, I can accept losing if we've turned up, we've competed, we've approached with the right mentality, and we've given it our best. And if you come up short, fair enough, you come up short, and you're not quite at that level yet. But what I can't stand for is, like we've seen previously, is a team turning up, not competing, not giving it their all, and being a soft touch and easy to beat. I don't expect that to happen. I mean, what do you think would represent a good return from, Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, Newcastle? I'm sort of looking at it and think, if we're going to come top 4, I'm not saying this run's going to define the top 4, by the way, because it's not, but it'll go a long way to sort of telling us where we're at. What sort of points return out of 12 do you think is acceptable? I've sort of been thinking about it, and I think if we were to get between 7 to 9 points,
I'll probably say that.
I think that would be okay.
The more I think about it now, I was saying 7 before, but now I'm saying 8, bro.
Yeah, 8 or 9, I think is fair.
I'm saying 8 because we have to win at least 2 of those games, bro. There's records to be broken because we ain't won at Old Trafford since
bro,
11 years.
It's
been 11 years apparently since we won at Old Trafford. Arsenal again last year at the Bridge, we were much better than them for 70 minutes. Right? That felt like a loss when we drew that game. It actually felt like a loss for me. I was fuming. Right? We need to fucking humble them because they think their team's fucking Galacticos, bro. They think their team's the fucking Galacticos. I'm sorry, Arsenal are a good team, but they're very overrated by people. Right? If you watch Arsenal weekly, they don't always perform the best, but they get the job done. That's the thing about good teams. They get the job done.
Efficient, bro. They're efficient.
They're efficient, bro. Right? We can definitely beat Arsenal, and I want to beat them because they keep coming to the Bridge and making it their home. Right? Liverpool away, Anfield again is another overrated place. I was at fucking Mudryk Stadium at Anfield. Most of the game, they were just sitting down until they were attacking.
I was there as well. It was a 12:30 kickoff, and there was no atmosphere.
No atmosphere, bruv. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I'm looking at some of these games here. United, right now they are in disarray. I don't know if Ten Hag's going to be like still there at that point because we play them in November.
About 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
He might be sacked by then. But even if he's sacked, our team's better than theirs, bro. We've got a better attack. We've got a better midfield. Defensively we're improving as well. We need to go over there and finally beat them. I'm looking at Arsenal. We need to beat them at home, bro. That's 6 over there already, right? And then you've got Liverpool. That one is a funny one because again, we haven't beaten Liverpool in 4 years.
I think we beat them COVID, didn't we? That was COVID. Was it COVID the last time?
Yeah, COVID. Mason Mount scored in COVID. That was the last time we've beaten them. So listen, Liverpool, I think for me is going to be the trickiest one out of the 3. I've just got a feeling that one's going to be the trickiest one. And then you've got Newcastle. We have to be beating them. We're playing them at home, innit, in the league.
Yeah, we're playing them at home. Yeah.
We have to be beating them because they ain't started the season good either. So out of those games, I'm looking at if we get 7 points out of them, it's good, innit? But for me to push us a little bit more, I'm looking at 8 minimum. If we leave that little period of 8 points minimum, bro, a lot of teams are going to be looking. A lot of people, are going to be looking at us and thinking, these guys could potentially go and challenge because they've actually shown now they can go and beat the bigger teams away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, bro, this is it. Like, I think people are taking notice of Chelsea and they're surprised by how well we started. But, the thing that always gets thrown around is, we haven't played anyone of any substance yet. The same can be said for Liverpool as well. But if we, bro, as I say, if we come through this run with, let's say, 8, 9 points or whatever, then you're going to be taken seriously as a team. And, and people are going to be thinking, do you know what? Yeah, okay, this Chelsea team is decent. This Chelsea team is serious. And we can maybe push on something, can challenge for the title or anything like that. But, top 4 is very much there for the taking. I think on the early evidence, bro, I'll be honest, Man United aren't in the race for the top 4. I don't think Spurs are either. And I don't believe Newcastle are either. So I look at it right now, and things can change, obviously. But right now, as we've discussed this, bro, I honestly think 4th at the moment is between Chelsea and Villa. And Villa have got Champions League. We're in a position, particularly in the early rounds of the Conference League, where we can make 11 changes from a Thursday to a Sunday, and it don't really matter. It's not going to affect the team. But I mean, one thing we haven't seen yet is how Enzo Maresca and how this Chelsea side responds to a difficult spell, a difficult situation as such. at some point we're going to lose games. At some point we are going to go on a run where we maybe don't win for 3 or 4 games.
Yeah.
That could come in this next run. Let's hope it doesn't, but it is something we're going to have to sort of come to terms with and something we're going to have to address. Bro, how do you think this team and Enzo Maresca, do you think will respond to when we lose and when we have difficult moments and stuff?
Bro, listen, I've seen a change in mentality, man. I was sitting next to Alex last week, yeah, and when Forrest scored, bro, I sat next to him. I wasn't even panicking. I was like, bro, watch, by the 60th minute, we're gonna bag, right? Because I've seen a change in mentality because it comes from the top. It comes from Maresca, bro. Yeah, he is not a guy that you can look at like a Poch, where it's just a friend. You know, he's got authority. He's coming, doing things off the pitch for us, very similar to what Tuchel did. Remember that game the other day, bro, pumping up the crowd, doing
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like when we come out in the second half, I've seen a couple of times we scored early. Remember against West Ham, we scored early. We came out last week against Genk, we scored early, right? I haven't seen us come out in the second half and just be in our shell like last season, bro. Remember last season we had a problem with the second half.
We're letting goals in first 5 minutes after the second half, like every week almost.
Exactly, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So if we do lose, depending on how we lose, yeah. Because right now I'm starting to get a little bit more confidence in the team. Because again, I'm seeing a mentality shift.
Yeah.
If we do lose, I don't see this team with this manager just drowning in their sorrows. I see them picking themselves up and going again. Because Maresca's he constantly speaks about learning every day. Every day we can improve. Every day we can improve. Even with a win, every day we can improve. Same thing. So if we lose, obviously if we get better than that, we'll speak about it. Cool, right? But if we lose and it's one of them ones where it's like, oh, we're just about lost or whatever, we go again. You know what I'm saying? That's the mentality. That's how it needs to be. If you're constantly, downbeat about it and you feel, oh, that's it, we lost the game, that's it. Bro, you're going to get reactionary fans on Twitter. As always, this is why I didn't want this guy. And that's why this guy should be gone. And you know what I'm saying? Those people that are just waiting for the team to do badly, right? But honestly, if we do lose, bro, I've seen a mentality shift, man. I can see the boys bouncing back.
No, bro, I agree with you. Like, and what you said, spot on though. Like in games now, like last season, for example, you knew if we went a goal down, the game was done. We weren't going to win that game. We weren't coming back. Simple. This season, though, we go a goal behind or whatever, or we're under the cosh, or we're like like we were against Bournemouth away, for example. You know that the team's not going to fold, or you know that the team's going to stick in there. Like I think, look, the togetherness in the squad last season was good. I think it's gone up another level now. You see what guys are doing for each other in this team. You see like the scrapper against Forest. Bro, Vega was like one of the first man off the bench running in to help his teammates out on that. I think there's a never say die attitude in this team, and like these guys are prepared to do whatever it takes to protect their teammates. And that shit's quite powerful when you're in difficult situations, that players are prepared to do whatever it takes to help each other out. I don't think that's something that we've had for a while either. Like these are all little things what add up and make a big difference. What a lot of people don't really notice.
100%, bro. And one thing that people aren't really speaking about is the fact that a lot of those players that we got last year, bro, they're a year into their career at Chelsea now. They're used to living in London now. They're used to playing with the team. They're used to the league, right? Because when you're new, you've got to learn about teams. You've got to learn about the environment and whatnot. They're learning all of these things, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So, boy, right now, like I've said, the mentality shift is good. And you have to give praise to Maresca for that, bro. Because if you look at Man United, for example, their mentality is shit because they've got that manager, Ten Hag, right? They'll bring in a new manager who will lift that team. We can clearly see the difference from last year to this year. You know what I'm saying? So let it carry on, man. Let it carry on.
No, I agree, bro. I mean, just to round out, you still you feel confident for the season. You think top 4 is definitely on. What are your expectations for this season?
Bro, I predicted top 4 last season, and we were 5 points off of it. You know what I'm saying?
No, we were close in the end.
Close. We lost it. We drew to Sheffield. We drew to Burnley, right?
Yeah. Well, we also only won 3 of our first 10 in the league. That basically helped us. Yeah.
There we go, bro. So top 4, I've been saying for time, is more than achievable with this team. Like now this season, I was even more confident we'll get it with a better manager.
Definitely on this.
So yeah, my expectation is obviously get top 4. We need to get back into Champions League as default. I don't treat Champions League as these Arsenal fans like a fucking trophy. That's to me, that's just standard. That's just business as usual. Top 4 every single season, right? And my expectation is to win the Conference League 110%, right? And to push for all the other trophies, bro. Obviously, you're always going to get the luck of the draw. But if I'm looking at anyone right now, if I was just being objective, I wasn't a Chelsea fan yet, I'll be looking at Chelsea thinking, yo, they've got a big squad to go in the Carabao Cup, to go in the FA Cups. They've got a very good attack. Even if plan A isn't working, they've got plan B because they can just throw on Mudryk, they can throw in Nkunku, they can throw in Felix, they can throw in Dewsbury Hall, they can throw in Carney. You know what I'm saying? They can throw in all these man where they've got another opportunity to go again. It's like second wind. Every time we make subs now, Charlie, I swear to God, it feels like second wind. It's like, yo,
so many game changers on the bench. Like it's a great position to be in. Like, because
Yeah.
not everyone's going to make a difference. But when you've got a Felix, an Nkunku, a Neto, a Mudryk, or whatever on the bench, chances are one of those four guys is going to do something to make a difference, and that's a brilliant position to be in.
Look at Mudryk. Look at Mudryk the other day. He came on straight away, right? 2 crosses, a dangerous cross. Nkunku nearly scored from it. They were both from the bench. Right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Nkunku came on the other day against Bournemouth. The game was tight, wasn't really getting anywhere. He comes on, he bangs, right? One moment we score, you know? So boy, that's what I'm saying. Like we've got different weapons now. I didn't even mention Neto. Neto's another one that can come off the bench. Yeah. Lavia now, like, oh bro, our team is stacked. So I'm looking at it right now, thinking, bro, we have to get back to Wembley. Yeah. Again, luck of the draw again. But you know, the teams that I'm looking at, if we draw them, and it's like, oh, it's a bit annoying. I hate Man City because we have not beaten these guys since the Champions League, right? It's about like last year, bro, when we played them in the semi-final, yeah? If it wasn't for the missed chances, we win that game.
Bro, we were better than them comfortably in that game as well.
Better, yeah? And then they score from just that one moment from was it Bernardo Silva in it?
It was a corner, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, again, another fucking set piece. So, boy, like, I'm looking at it right now, I'm thinking, Conference League, we have to win that competition, yeah? And if we win it,
minimum.
I'm not even going crazy. I'm just going to put it in my back pocket. You know, the one's like, okay, we've got the full set now. I'm going to put that in the back pocket. Do you get it? And then everything else, you know, we need to get back to Wembley, bro, and we go from there, man.
No, I totally agree, mate. I think it's my expectation's always been 4th and Conference League minimum. But I agree, mate. I think we've got strong chance of the squad that we've got. Yes, you need a bit of luck in the draw, as you said. But I think we can. Newcastle away in the League Cup's going to be difficult. Our record at St James's is not great, but I think you know it's very much doable. And the FA Cup, you just never know either. So I think we've got a real strong chance in all 3 cup competitions we're in. The squad that we've got. And I think we can feel really positive about the season. You know, this is the first time in a good couple of years where I've actually looked forward to Chelsea playing every week. It's like the games can't come quick enough. You're excited to watch the team again. That hasn't been the case. Like, you used to pray for the international breaks like last season and the year before because you didn't have to watch the breaks. We're so shit. Like, oh, great, you've got 10 days off from us. But so yeah, mate, it's a big turnaround and something, you know, I think we can be really excited for. But yeah, bro. Thank you so much for coming, mate. Greatly appreciate it. If people don't know what you do, let them know where to go.
Yeah, no, I love for having me on, man. I enjoyed that. I went quick. But yeah, Don CFC on Twitter. You'll definitely see me on Charlie's channel again. Charlie tends to come on the channel, my channel as well. I'll try and get you on actually before the end of the international break, man.
Yeah, we'll do it, bro.
Planned. But yeah, Don CFC on YouTube, on Twitter, Greasy Don, all that good stuff, man. So yeah, it was good, man.
No, love. Guys, Don's channel will be tagged in the title. Make sure you click it, show him some love, some great content over there. So make sure you go and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in as always. Smash the like, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and catch you guys again soon.